massive congrats, David. Nice to see that smile on your face. You're just enjoying the race better and better all the time.
Yeah,
right, we've got a race start here
in
the 300 lightweight 250 production. So we've got the 250 production results here for the national
Here we go. As we can see, already
That
another
was
race getting underway. So thanks for your words.
But right
We'll see you
now
back on the podium
track,
later. So there you go,
the
fantastic
Supersport
podium.
300.
A
There's just
world's
8 points
first. Here it
between
is,
Reagan
Avalon
Phipps
Biddle, World
and
Women's Cup
Dennis
winner,
Charlotte. We go
taking
back
the
51
race
points to
ahead
Andy
of
McLaughlin.
James
So
Hugenbosom on the Triumph and
Andy's not
Suzuki's
gonna get
David
ahead
Hall.
and get any better than third in this championship, but he's been hounded by Josh Cottard, just 1 point behind him. So we've still got one race to go later today, but it could fall as we look out onto the track at the moment. It is an 8-lap race here, the 300 lightweights and the 250 production class as well. Remember the 250 production, Nick Kane won that yesterday. He's an unassailable 58 points ahead of Jackson Cotton. 22 points behind is Leon Jacob. So the long shot here, if Leon gets right up there and gets a win, if he does, and Jackson Cotton has a DNF, that might change that position, because that's going to need bad luck as well as good riding. Good riding from Leon Jacobs on the 43 machine, and also bad luck from someone else, which we don't wish on anybody. 7 points between Leon Jacobs and Harry Parker. 19 back to James Doherty. Angela Charlotte's up there in 6th place. Another fine lady here at the racetrack. She's here on 22 points. Look at the battle coming off that long straight. Dennis Charlotte on the bright orange bike there on 88. Reagan Phibbs on the 83 bike. And there'll be Nathaniel Diprose out there as well. Sorry, not Nathaniel Diprose, it's 84 there. Who is that there? That is, missed that, sorry. That's over the other side of the room. So a little bit confused here. Didn't quite grab the number as they went through the start-finish line, but the bright orange bike there, Reagan Phibbs there in 2nd place, and Dennis Charlotte in 3rd. Andy McLaughlin, where's the number 1 plate? He's in 4th spot. He won the championships here last year, the New Zealand. So it's Sam Golder out the front on 64. Sam Golder, and also the fastest lap so far in the race on the first lap. 300 production, Supersport, a 145.035, 146 at the moment, 146.155, so over a second slower than yesterday. We've got to look out for the fastest 250 there, which is Jackson Cotton. He's on a 152.096, and it's a 147.617 from Tim MacArthur some years ago. Tim, mate, that year in the 250 production, he won everything. Got pole position everywhere, won every race. The only crash he had was after the finish line at Hampton Downs. He crashed at turn 1 there, but that didn't affect his points there. So that's the 250 production class. It's been a class that went away from New Zealand motorcycling. It was dominant. It was the feeder to everything. The names that haven't been in 250 production are almost not worth mentioning. The Strouds, the Slights, the Bernards, even I think Jason McEwen, Rees, Tony Rees, and all those names. But those are the old 2-stroke days. A few years ago they brought it back. But look at them, almost 3 wide coming down this long straight here, Jared.
Yeah, a bit of a difference in the class, going to a 4-stroke now. So yeah, the lap times won't correlate across. Same with the Superbike and Super Stock as well. But look, joining in on the action out the front, and what a race we've got with Sam Bolter out in front from. Oh no, geez, a big change around. All heading down into 1, 3 abreast down into there, and looks like it's going to be a 4-way battle.
Dennis Charlotte gets through to the front as they went across the start finish, like it was Dennis Charlotte on a 143.051, 143.051. So that is a new lap record by 2 seconds off yesterday. 2 seconds. Reagan had it yesterday at a 145. So that's a new lap record, best time, a 143.051. So, but meanwhile, he's been hounded there, half a bike length between the orange bike and the yellow bike there. This is Reagan Phibbs, and right behind him, Sam Golder, who was an early leader, has slipped back into 3rd place, and Andy McLaughlin's amongst that picture as well, about maybe 25 metres back. We go back another 40 metres, maybe 60 metres, depends on where you are on the track, and we've got Jacob Stroud and Josh Goddard battling it out. Jacob Stroud running the number 41, Josh Goddard running 37, and Nick Burke on the Carl Cox Motorsport Yamaha RR3 is up there too. So action aplenty all the way through. Don't forget the 250 production. Jackson Cotton, Nick Kane, Harry Parker, followed by James Doherty. That's the top boys. Now, got a interesting thing here that we've been provided by one of the riders. Try and give you a snapshot of the lap on the terms of speeds of these 300s. We'll try and give you something like that on the speeds of these. No Gavin Veltmeyer. I think he had a crash yesterday, so he must be injured somewhere along the... Unfortunately, it sounds like he might have a broken bone in his leg ankle, but we wish Gavin the best. Gavin's always been a hard charger. The 4 bikes come onto the front straight. They head down into turn 1 there. Dennis Charlotte on the inside. Reagan Phibbs takes the high line, and there comes Andy McLaughlin. He's gone from 4th up to 3rd place. The fastest man on the track is Dennis Charlotte. Who's the fastest of that bunch? It looked like to be a 1:43.064, 1.2 seconds quicker than our lead bike, Dennis Charlotte. That's interesting. So he's going to come through. So they're going off towards turn 5. We've got 4 bikes here for the podium there. I'm not going to pick it here. We've got to change of position there. Who was that? Sam Goulder tried on the tail of Andy McLaughlin. They're coming out of 5 into 6, off towards the hairpin here, overlooking towards the airfield. The Pirelli signs all the way around that corner there. It is a little bit hard with all these turn numbers there. You sort of wonder where we are. That possibly need to name some corners, but right now we've got a commentator race here at the Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. A bit of a gap there for Dennis Charlotte. I'm only talking 4 bike lengths. We go back about 7 bike lengths to Andy McLaughlin on the KTM. Different bikes here too, different capacities. We call it lightweight 300, but I'll get Jared to explain that situation.
Yeah, definitely different classes and stuff with the 300s, then the 250s as well. But I was talking to Dennis after his race win yesterday, and he said much the same. He needed to secure the championship, and then he was going to go after lap record pace, and he's showing that. But all the other boys have just joined in and having a great race as well. Maybe we could name one of the corners after me, Spotter.
At Barmessley, what we call it the love corner. And what would happen then? What would they? I've got a lake name to be at the Cold Kiwi this. Yeah, look at that, 4 bikes there. Yeah. It's still the same old suspects. We got Dennis Charlotte in the front. So, yeah, old suspect, all right. He's a grandfather, this fella. Here comes Reagan Phibbs as they go up towards the start-finish line with 5 laps to go. Oh, mate, who was it into that corner? It was Reagan Phibbs got through there. Dennis Charlotte goes through there in 2nd place. And Andy McLaughlin and Sam Gilter still in the play there. So it's anybody's game at the moment. The 2 lead bikes separated by a bike. About 10 bike lengths back, then 2 bike lengths as they go into turn 4 and then turn 5 here at the Bruce McLaren Motorsport Park. Oh, mate, action aplenty up there. And another battle going on there for 5th and 6th between Jacob Stroud and Josh Goddard as well. Jacob Stroud's in front. That's how it went across the start-finish line. But Josh Goddard's had some wins in this class over the last couple of years there. In fact, if we go through and look at the points there, Josh Goddard is in 4th place. He hasn't had a win this season. The best he's finished is 3rd place. So he had a win last year. I think it was at Hampton Downs from memory, but he's hammer and tongs with Jacob Stroud. Meanwhile, that top bunch, we've got a bit of slow-mo play coming on the Ctas there between Reagan Phibbs. It's showing all those 4 leaders. Reagan Phibbs leads Dennis Charlotte. Then it is Andy McLaughlin as we go back to a live streaming there and off to that top corner. We've missed the first bunch there. We're getting down into that battle between Jacob Stroud and Josh Goddard. We'll be able to see those bikes. The bright orange bike out in the front, 88 Dennis Charlotte, the budget motorcycle spares colour. Reagan Phibbs' bike's just that little bit faster coming down there. All pulls up and behind him. It's going to be a braking duel into this chicane coming off that main. And Phibbs goes up on the inside, makes it stick. Dennis Charlotte is pushed back into 2nd place, and Andy McLaughlin's right on the tail of that. 4 laps to go here. 4 laps to go. Andy McLaughlin in 3rd place. Phibbs takes the wide line. Dennis Charlotte up on the inside. Doesn't quite make it stick. Phibbs gets through there. What was the gap across the start-finish line? 1/4 of a second, 254 thousandths of a second. So, and in terms of lap records, we've had the lap record smashed in that. What about the 250 production? No, that was nowhere near it. So let's go to the 250 production. Jackson Cotton, Nick Kane, Harry Parker, James Doherty in 4th place. And they are still somewhere amongst that field. Where's that battle for the 250 production? Can't quite see it on the track at the moment. Go back to that lead pack. They will have a lapper in a couple of laps, I think, for this lead bunch. The 2 lead bikes have broken away for the 3rd and 4th. They've got their own battle going on all the way through, but right now they're not under threat by Sam Gilder, who's in 3rd place, but Sam Gilder is back under threat by Andy McLaughlin. Sam was an early leader at the beginning of the race on the number 64 machine. They go right off up into the top of the circuit. Turn 11 off towards Lake Taupo, and Reagan Phibbs still leads. Dennis Charlotte tries up on the inside, sits the bike up, brakes for a little bit longer, doesn't lean the bike over his father. Has it paid off? Has it paid off? We can see the two coloured bikes. Reagan, this is the closest I've been for a couple of laps. Phibbs is ahead. It was the reverse of this last time around. Dennis Charlotte out of the slipstream early, pulls up beside him. Normally he'd stick down there a bit. He's got a lot of confidence. It's going to be breaking. Remember, it was Reagan Phibbs last lap. He's got him again. He's got him again. Dennis was trying to cover that one, but Reagan Phibbs just that moment later. And that battle for third place, outstanding. Andy McLaughlin and Sam Golder. There's a bike link between those two people on lap one. With 1 lap to go, So, oh, mate, action aplenty. Jackson Cotton still leads the 250 production. It's already gone to Nick Kane, but New Zealand Championships for this class, there is just 8 points between Reagan Phibbs and Dennis Charlotte. So if they finish either way in this position, it will not be decided right now. Well, look at that, half a bike length as they go into turn 4. Off to turn 5 here. It is the yellow bike, Reagan Phibbs on the Red Baron machine, or the IMD, Red Baron machine, sorry, already also runs the IMD machine on the Yamaha in the front. Dennis Charlotte. Neil Ritchie, you've been watching this race a fair bit. What do you got to say about it?
Well, all I just say to me is that this 250 class, or now with the 300s and the 250s, it's just fantastic. We've got some depth in our sport. Remembering we've got our Jigsaw Cup as the first step into sport. Now we've got this as production-based racing. It's affordable. Some of these guys are picking up bikes from wreckers and paying only around $3,000 and then getting them all kitted up with some extra fairings and some other parts. They're getting onto a racetrack for $5,000, and they're even, some of them, I've even understood, have made some money when I've sold the bike at the end of it, which is not the point, but more importantly, it's affordable racing. We should be getting another 10, 20 riders into this field. The racing is so good, it's exciting, it's fun, it's safe, and it's enjoyable. So well done to all those involved. And yes, as far as the racing itself, Spider, well, when you're talking about the names that we've got, like Regan Phibbs, what a hero that guy's proven to be, and Dennis Charlotte, you just can't keep the man down, can you?
Good battle going down there off the back straight. Side by two abreast there, and Dennis has sneaked through on Regan. What a great race. And where has Regan come from?
Well, you don't want the story I've got, but not at all. But hey, Dennis held him out in that thing where Regan was just that little bit strong. Only talking half a bike length off that long straight there. Dennis held him out. The important thing, it is the final lap. It is the final lap of the 300 lightweight. Still got one race to go, and the 250 production class. And the battle's still going on for the 3rd and 4th position. Andy McLaughlin is now in front of Sam Golder. So that's still going on. 2 hot races out there. Then we go back to 5th and 6th, and that's a battle between Josh Goddard and Jacob Stroud.
So keen to watch as our...
Okay, we're back on. That's just a pit call going out. We've got to manage that thing, the safety, and the people come all over the country from New Zealand Superbike Championship. So we've got a problem with the one system overriding the other. So we're trying to keep on to it. Back to you, Neil.
Thank you indeed, as we are with the Dennis Charlotte Regan Phibbs show. Andy McLaughlin, nice to see Andy stepping up to this class. Long-time 300 rider, and long-time 150 rider, and he carries a little bit of weight, so he's moved up to the bigger 300. And talk about giving it all a go. That is great to see. But I'll tell you what, I want you to look out for a young guy out there called James Doherty. James has been a young guy that we've spotted in the sport. This is his first ever season, first ever time here at Taupo. So great to lap as we watch the lapper. Oh, look at that for the scissor movement. Lapper doing the right thing, staying there as we look to Regan try and move up, and the line was there, and then the gap opens up. We're coming for the run to the line. Here we go to the flag all the way through. Dennis has got it, looks behind him. Regan's right there. In fact, in a brilliant battle going on, the run behind him, because Sam Golder was there, and Andy McLaughlin says, hey, I'm out of this, because in fact it's Josh Goddard that's moved up through there. So well done to Josh. What happened to Andy in that excitement? Andy, I missed him in there. Did he come through? Because Andy McLaughlin, where did he go back to?
Well, I can tell you, yeah, Andy McLaughlin. Oh,
no, something's wrong. He's not finishing. He's not finishing out there. So Andy McLaughlin, I didn't see him in that group, and I think he may have something may have happened. Oh, another one down. 2 corners to go. Offshoots on the corner. The bike luckily threw out in front of him, and then he just spins down on the nice green grass there, so slips away. No injuries for that rider going over to his bike. Disappointment with a capital D as we head over to the bike and try and pick it up, and there it was with 2 corners. And again, great flag marshalling here by the Hamilton Motorcycle Club as the yellow flag goes out, well waved, bright, bold and big as we get it on, and then a rider to spin out right there in front. So unfortunately as well, I think we've lost Andy. Have a lot of respect for... No, my apologies, it is... I've got that completely wrong. It was a result showing that he was going down. He has got there in third place. But when I glimpsed down, I thought he was the one that was missing. So there we have...